Welcome back to the Big Plantation. So we are getting ready to go to the guest segment of our show. Unfortunately, one of our guests had to drop, Howie Favicia of Lifeforms, if anybody has heard of them. He is unable to make it. He had gotten mixed up on some of his time schedules. He is out on a tour, the Euroblast tour in Germany, playing with Meshuggah right now. So pretty good excuse to not make the show in my book. But we still have Jordan Ibarra with us from Aristeia. Now, if anybody who hasn't heard of them, they are a heavy metal band out of the San Fernando Valley, California area. They are gaining steam out there. I know that they were recently signed. I am going to our producer has a song ready to go for us, so we're going to play a segment of one of their songs, and then we're going to get into it. That is awesome. All right. So we are here live with Jordan Ibarra from Aristeia. Are you there, man?
Oh, hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Pretty good. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm just going to read some of your lyrics from the song Harp to our audience just to kind of give them an idea of some of your views here. So this is from Harp. This is the third track off of the EP Era of the Omnipotent that is available for free online. Here it goes. Every 4 years, we're promised a new resolution, a new sign of hope. Serial killers do on a small scale what the government does on a large one. They are a product of time. These are the bloodthirsty times. The truth is the issue at hand, refusing to feed the truth. Take a real good look at your leader and tell me if you still see the hope. When will all of you realize the future of the universe will continue no matter what happens, but the future of human race and life on Earth is much less certain. What you have fought, teared, and killed for is the very cause to your cancer. That is off the track Harp. So, obviously, what we're trying to do here on the Big Plantation, Jordan, is I'm trying to interview more conscious artists. That definitely seems to fit the bill. With this track Harp in particular, what are you trying to get at here?
The whole basis on that track was one day after. Well, we were in high school when we wrote Era of the Omnipotent. I was actually graduating, and so was Mark, our drummer. And at the time, Mark was really stuck on YouTube videos for a while, and he brought to my attention this blog site that had the conspiracy theory of harp, and so we really got into it. We for like about a whole 2 days or so, and well, over here, like we've emphasized on it a lot, but I wouldn't say we're major stoners, but we do like to smoke marijuana, and like we really like to get into details. And that's what me and Mark did. So we ended up doing our research, and most of harp, it's not really based on the conspiracy theory, but just let alone the name itself, pretty much lets the listener just know that this conspiracy theory has been going on around for quite a while now, and whether you don't know what harp is, it's basically just a short summary. It's just it's a government machine that can control weather with sound wave frequencies and with chemtrails that are on I don't know if a bunch of people have paid attention to looking up in the sky, but my drummer does that a lot, and he brought it to my attention that when you look up, there's a bunch of chemtrails, and after that a while, like it looks like fake clouds, especially out here in California, well in San Fernando. So me and Mark really got into it, and we just started writing a bunch of lyrics, and we probably made like 4 or 5 pages of scrap, and we ended up editing it out, just me and him, and that's how we ended up coming up with the song. But the whole song, what I'm trying to come out with is just pretty much to be more aware, don't really believe a lot of things that you hear or see. Just pretty much do your own research upon it. Because nowadays it seems like a lot of people are really, really, really comfortable with their position of being at home, sitting, watching sports. I mean, I'm guilty of that pleasure as well. But, most of the time, a lot of people really like to believe firsthand what Fox News has, and, people start getting hyphy over it. And a bunch of protesting, and some people will call me a fucking numbnut for it. So, it's a lot of, they'll probably say, oh, you're a skeptical person, you're just on drugs. But I mean, it's really much on whoever, if you're reading the lyrics or you're listening to it, it's pretty much however you want, however you want to take it. All I'm saying is just open your eyes and, don't really believe a lot of things you hear out there, because 90% chance is that it's a bunch of crap. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I tried to reach out with Harp. But also, it was also another pissed off side of me, because I'm really against Obama, just like a couple of other friends of mine. But his election, his term pretty much sums it all up within that song. And I wrote that song when he was actually I think a month into his first term. And a bunch of people, they read my lyrics and they're all like, well, why are you so quick to judge this president? It's only been 2 months he's been in office. I was like, well, you'll see sooner or later. This is just my point of view, whether you want to hear it out or not. It's pretty much what I want to write, and I'm putting it throughout my music. So, I mean, if you don't like it, it's cool, but it's pretty much my opinion. But, that's my whole...
Pretty much, I think it's just typical at this point, whether it's black, white, Republican, Democrat, or whatever, that the song seems to hold true no matter who was in office. The drug war was expanded under Reagan, the great, so-called conservative. He raised the debt ceiling God knows how many times. How many new wars were started under Bush? How many innocent Iraqis before we were officially at war with them were killed under Clinton? So the song holds true, I would say, definitely. And to go back about the track itself, HARP, for anybody that may not have heard of it, that stands for High Frequency Active Oral Research Program. And he's right. He's absolutely right. It has its own website, .gov. It's not a conspiracy theory. These things our facility is up in Alaska. Many governments have them. They are out in the open. They're talked about. It's just not necessarily talk about their full capabilities. And also, as far as what you were saying with the chemtrails, no, that is not just a California thing. We definitely have them out here all the way across the coast on Pennsylvania. I think a lot of people like to scoff at the term chemtrails, and I'm certainly no expert, but that phenomenon does happen here out east. Now, your band, you guys have had some issues with releasing your debut album beyond the EP, Demoralization of the Luminary. So I know it has gotten leaked, you had said, and I've seen you go on the record and say that, you know what, you don't really care if people download it. So what is your personal stance as an artist about the whole piracy issue?
Well, as far as like Demoralization of the Luminary, I mean, to me it came out a whole surprise. I mean, all my band members, I got word from my bass player Hugo. He was on his lunch break and he works at a hospital, and he called me and he told me to go check out YouTube and type in Demoralization of the Luminary, and you're going to have a surprise. And so I go on there, and I see the whole album got leaked. And, I mean, quite honestly, I speak for myself and for the rest of the band. We really don't care whether if you want to go download the album illegally or if it ever gets pressed out and released to buy it and support it. Quite honestly, we really don't care. The tracks that have been leaked weren't final. Most of the mixes weren't final. Also, Lethal Devotion, the debut single that we put out earlier towards this year, wasn't put out on that leaked version of the album. So pretty much the way we see it is, if this is going to help people, just finally let them know that we have been working on material, but it's been past. It's not on us whether we get to release it or not. It's not our word. It's all pretty much label issues. And, I mean, honestly, like I said, I speak for myself and for the rest of the band. As long as you're enjoying it and you like it or you give us some feedback on it, we're happy. We really don't care. I mean, music's music, one way or another. It's gonna get to someone. Whether it's a burned copy from a friend giving it to another friend for a CD in their car, or someone makes a mixtape for someone else, or like a mix CD. Because I mean, back in the day, that's what we used to do all the time. Like we listened to like Lamb of God back in the day when they were really huge back in the '90s, or well, they're still huge to this day. Or Cataclysm. We'd be making mixed albums, mixed CDs like that. So I mean, to know that people are downloading the album, it doesn't bother us at all. Like, if anything, we're kind of happy that people are hearing it because, I mean, this album has been recorded for over a year and a half already. And ever since we recorded it over there in Mayhemness Studios with Bob, he's recorded a bunch of other bands as well. Like, believe he has some band called Yankee Doodle. Those guys are pretty cool. I mean, if you like pop punk, they're spot on. Also, Shadow of the Colossus. Those guys are pretty huge.
Yeah,
those guys
they actually have a song called "Blood of the Bilderbergs," and that's how I got to hear of them. And I remember saying that, you know what, we didn't spill their blood, but I was at Bilderberg, and they thought that was pretty. They got a kick out of that. So yeah, definitely check out Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, definitely. Those guys are rad. All those guys are great guys. But yeah, when we went to go record over there with Bob, which was already a year and a half, I think we're at a year and probably 7 or 8 months that the Demoralization of the Luminary has been recorded. And to be honest, like when we got word that we were supposed to record that, we had, I believe, 3 months tops to write a whole album. And I mean, the pressure was on because to us it was all a shock because we all manage, hectic jobs, and some of us are managers at grocery markets, some of us work at Kaiser Permanente, so it's kind of hectic to balance out each other's schedules and actually sit down and write and put out ideas. So when that happened to us, we were pretty much screwed. We all had to pretty much put in alone time all ourselves. So the whole album was written within 3 months, and writing the material took 2 months, and structuring and vocal patterns and editing took about a whole month itself. So once we got there, we didn't really feel like Demoralization of the Luminary was the best of our work, but we did our best effort to do what we could do for the 3 months. But like I said, if anyone out there listening wants to download the album or whatever, I mean, feel free. I mean, we really, quite honestly, don't care. I mean, as long as you're enjoying it and we're still out and alive, that's all that matters to us. So we really don't care. As long as if you're enjoying it and you can give us some feedback, we.
Oh, are you still there, Jordan? I think we may have. Are we under attack again, producer?
No, we are not under attack. I don't believe so. But it may be a bad cell phone signal. You never know. That was a good interview, actually. I'm gonna have to look into them. That was some pretty groovy music, man.
I mean, yeah, that's one of their groovier songs. They're pretty heavy. I understand that metal is definitely a niche genre, but as someone who is a lover of metal and I explore a lot of different bands, I really do see an emergent message, an emergent theme going on in the metal community, even from some of the heavy hitters. From Meshuggah, a lot of people may not have heard of Meshuggah, but I think we got them back. A lot of people who are into mainstream music may not have heard of Meshuggah, but anybody who is into metal at all will understand that Meshuggah is one of the most influential bands on metal, probably up there with Metallica if you really think about it. Maybe not so much publicly, but on kind of the backbone of metal and a lot of the direction it's taken, especially in the past 4 years. Meshuggah has been very, very influential, and they're talking about drones in their music. They're talking about the all-seeing eye, basically, how there's cameras everywhere. I mean, there's just a definite theme going on of consciousness and awareness of what's going on in the metal community. That's why I focus on it. But I think we have Jordan back on the line with us. Are you there, Jordan? No. Okay. So, other than that, heavy hitters that are going on right now, Born of Osiris. I'm so happy to be able to interview them coming up in November, because they are just exploding. I mean, I found out that I was going to be interviewing them about 3 weeks ago, and in that time alone, they've gotten like 50,000 likes. All right, now I think we have Jordan back.
Oh,
are
you there?
Yeah. All right. All right, I got you.
All right. So, continuing with that conversation now, to kind of explore the other side of that argument, I have a guy who runs a management company on my Facebook called Rebel Pyro Management, and he is just staunchly against downloading. Now, the stance that I take as a libertarian is that I firmly believe that the distribution of the music should be up to the creator of that music. So if the creator of that music wants to make it available for free or name your own price, like how they do on Bandcamp, that should be up to them. If they sign to a label that says, all right, here's how we're doing it, that's a choice that they can make. Now this person is very much for laws against piracy, laws shutting down file lockers and stuff like that. And I will say he makes a very compelling point, because in the community we've been seeing a lot of bands shut down, like God forbid. I mean, they were a huge band. They were one of the bands that got me out of my Slipknot phase, and they broke up not long after I got to interview him, thank God. And so what do you make of that? As far as the piracy affecting, like, do you think it's possible that just making it illegal, are people doing illegal downloads is hurting the entire scene?
I have two point of views for that, because like I said, I mean, it really, like you said, it really depends on the artist, whether they feel they want, whether they care or not, whether it's being leaked or not. But I'm kind of biased on it, because the way I see it is, one way or another, like I said before, someone's gonna get their hands on it, and one way or another, it's gonna spread. But I mean, definitely, I can definitely agree with the anti-piracy, because it is unfortunate, like bands like God forbid, they can't continue, because a lot of people and fans for bands like that, or bigger bands in the metal industry, don't realize how much it takes to go on tour, because gas isn't cheap, food isn't cheap. Sometimes promoters in other states will dig you over, and they'll just disappear, and you won't get no guarantee. So I mean, I can definitely understand where a lot of artists are coming from with the whole anti-piracy, but at the same time, like, when you're in this industry, you have to expect that, because it's been going around for years, like years. Whether it's illegal or not, people are going to get their hands on it, no matter what. I mean, if you have people that like you that much and want to get the music, one way or another, because they're too anticipated to wait, or they just want to wait, whichever way it goes, one way or another, it's gonna get to someone, and that someone is gonna spread it. And once it spreads, sometimes you can control it, and sometimes you can't. It becomes a wildfire, and it is what it is. But definitely, if you the way I see it is, if you're in a band, or if you're a fan that listens to a band, I just want you, like, put yourself in their shoes, and the band member to put themselves in the fan shoes, because as a fan, you really want to support the band, and you really want to hear what they have next, because you probably made an impact on the way. Because I mean, I've had people go up to my guitar players, like Tyler and Ugo, or Mark, my drummer. He writes guitar for the band as well, and so does my bass player Hugo. They've all gone up to them and, like, they tell them, oh, your song Blue Dream or your song Green Dream has which are both our instrumental tracks. Blue Dream is on Man the Artistic Destroyer, which is one of our very, very first EPs ever as a band. And then Era of the Impotent came second, and that's where we released Green Dream. And on our first tour in January, which was, I believe, like almost 3 weeks, we had people come up to us, and they're telling us, they had a loss in their family, and some of them were really, very depressed, and thankfully, and I mean, it's madly flattering that, our music and our hard work, and at my guitarist, all my band, the rest of my band, as instruments, their hard work and dedication throughout nights and even personal struggles, made them write the song which is Green Dream and Blue Dream. And that song helps a lot of people get through the day sometimes, and, like, to just hear them out, like, their whatever complicated situations they may have during their personal lives, just knowing that, that song gets them through the day, or gets them through whatever it may be. It's the most heartwarming feeling ever. I mean, going to other people's states, and they know who you are, and they're asking for your autograph or signature, whatever you want to call it. it's beyond flattering, you know, like, if anything, it kind of makes me feel awkward. It puts me in a little awkward position because I've never had that, you know, especially a kid from the San Fernando Valley, you know, getting in a van with a group of his friends, and you're in a different state and people know who you are. It's amazing, you know, like, those are memories and moments you'll never forget in your life. And
I can kind of relate, like, in a bit with my activism and having people from different states telling me that, you know, I woke them up to this fact, or I made them think about something differently. I could totally relate. And
still there?
Yeah, music is definitely very, very therapeutic and huge in my life. We've got about 3 minutes before the break, so wrapping up.
We are.
Can you hear me, Jordan?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you good now.
Okay, I said, so what issue, whether it be political, geopolitical, quote-unquote conspiracy theory, what really gets a fire under you? And do you take the opportunity as your position as an artist at these shows, and obviously through your lyrics, to kind of inspire people to take action or to get aware?
Honestly, I mean, like, we like, before we actually, like, got into the interview, I had a conversation with you, like, through Facebook and the messages. Like I told you, these conspiracy theories, like, they've pissed off plenty of other people. Or if you don't want to call it conspiracy theories, I like to call it the truth, because it really is truth. You know, whether you like to see it or not. I mean, like I said, Vinny Paz, Just a Law from Jedi Mind Tricks, they've been covering these subjects for quite a while, and I mean, those two have been my most major influence on music, period, next to Big L and Biggie Smalls. I mean, it's kind of funny because the only reason I picked up a mic, the only two metal influences that I had was Randy Blythe and Corey Taylor from Slipknot, and those two pretty much made me want to get pissed off and scream to people on a mic. But as far as, you know, lyrical content, it really goes deep, really deep, like Big L, Jedi Mind Tricks, The Lost Children of Babylon. You know, several artists. The list can go on and on, you know, but, you know, that not only metal bands, but, you know, hip-hop groups, they cover subjects like this for years. And back to my point, like Jedi Mind Tricks, Vinny Paz has been probably the most influential man in my life, because I've read some of the blog sites and articles that they have of him, and, you know, like, to know this person, you know, the rough childhood he probably went through, and not on top of that, but the subjects he covers are phenomenal.
All right, well, we are coming up against the break. Just stay right there, and we will give you an opportunity to finish up and to plug everything that is Aristeia. We'll be right back live with the Big Plantation.
Pop that, there's a bottle of fizz, then pop that, there's a chop for the lift, then pop that.
Tired of living in a violent society? If every citizen was armed, no one would be dumb enough to shoot people. It's exactly the ethos our founding fathers had when they wrote the Constitution and then changed it, which is what makes it sacred now. Come mingle with safety-minded people like you at the Liberty City Gun Club. Our nation is still the world leader in one thing: armaments. Nothing says excitement like a night out with a small caliber semi-automatic weapon. Get social at the Liberty City Gun Club.
Well, yeah, it's getting tough out there. Yeah, no doubt. I work in home invasions, mostly. Some murder, occasional rape, if she's hot, or really bitchy. And I'm a huge advocate of gun control, absolutely. Every time I kick in a door or smash a window, I face the possibility of being shot and killed. Allowing citizens to own guns creates a hostile work environment for me and my associates. No one should have to work under those conditions. I say make them all illegal, absolutely. I mean, I break the law for a living. I'm a professional, so it doesn't really bother me. No doubt. No doubt.
Your local violent criminals work hard and put their lives on the line every time they attempt to murder, rape, abduct, or assault a member of the citizenry. They desperately need your help. With your support, there may finally come a day when a violent criminal can have his way with you or someone you love without the fear, anxiety, and stress caused by knowing there's a possibility his victim might be armed. Please show your support by voting for stronger anti-gun legislation, because criminals prefer unarmed citizens.
Hi, I'm Steve.
I'm Irene.
I'm Lisa.
My name is Tom.
I'm a graphic designer,
College freshman,
Stay-at-home mom with a full-time job,
Scholar on social policy, and a barista.
and I'm just like you.
I'm an Obama supporter.
I support President Obama.
but the president needs your help.
Our president can't launch into another war without you. And remember, we promise to support him no matter what.
Together, we can do it.
That's why we here at the Americans for Whatever Barack Obama Wants, Did You Know He's Friends with Jay-Z, have launched a Kickstarter campaign to fund World War III.
And America is dead ass broke. So our goal is to raise $1.6 trillion on behalf of the U.S. government.
That's where you come in.
Even a small donation would make all the difference.
When I first saw the president speak in 2008, in a YouTube clip posted to my Facebook page, I knew he was going to be right all the time. So I support World War III and IV and any moon war the president may want to start.
I mean, there is no way that he or the cabal of corporate interests, spy agencies, and shadow bankers that tell him what to do would ever mislead us. A $25 donation will get you a piece of rubble from a war-torn Middle Eastern country kissed by Senator Lindsey Graham.
A $100 donation gets you a day pass to leave your local refugee camp.
You'll probably end up in a refugee camp, but it'll have free Wi-Fi.
So please, help us reach our goal of $1.6 trillion so we can make World War III a reality. Why? Because Obama.
Because Obama.
Do you have a group or organization founded on the principles of personal liberty, health freedom, or accountable government? We invite you to check out Same Side Entertainment. Same Side is a source for activists and liberty organizations to connect with well-known leaders in today's growing movement for sustainable living, personal liberty, and sovereignty issues. Same Side has a variety of keynote speakers, debate panels, interactive web presentations, musicians, and liberty-based entertainment, as well as services for web design, graphic design, video, and photography. Same Side can help customize your event by connecting you to the best of the liberty and political world while staying within your budget. Get connected with leaders in the liberty movement like Tom Woods, Kevin Gutzman, Jack Hunter, Robert Scott Bell, Bob Murphy, Michael Scheuer, John Bush, Jordan Page, Tatiana Moroz, and many more. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and our website at www.samesideentertainment.com. Again, that's www.samesideentertainment.com. Same Side Entertainment, connecting you with the education and resources you need.
To think something so small could control you.
And everything you do.
When your life and all you love
are on the line.
The RFID chip is always with you, threatening your privacy, causing severe risk to your health and personal safety, and killing you if you do not obey rogue government demands.
Because I want to increase my risk of cancer.
Because I want to live in a cash-free society.
Because now, the government is looking out for us.
Because I have the mark of the beast, but it doesn't have me.
Ask your doctor how to get your chip implanted today.
Because we want to track your every move.
Thanks for listening to FPRN. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter. If you'd like to start your own show with FPRN, advertise with us, or donate to the network or to your favorite shows, check out our website at www.fprnradio.com.
are back live with the Big Plantation here with Jordan Ibarra from Aristeia, bringing you into Blue Dream by Aristeia, one of their instrumentals. Jordan, if you want to continue on with what you were saying before the break.
Oh yeah. Well, like I was saying, lyrical content has been, a big thing, especially in metal, because before it was all about, death, killing or bringing back a corpse to life, and nowadays people will say the same thing, like conspiracy theories or, questioning the government or being anarchy is cliche. But I mean, like I said, nothing really pisses me off anymore because, I mean, no matter what way you look at it, it's still going to end up the same. So, I mean, all I can say is, I just hope with my lyrics, and if people actually want to come and talk to me personally on Facebook, I mean, take a bit because, I have a job to maintain, but I will get back to them, and I will share some of my beliefs. But, like I said, as far as a conspiracy theory that I'm stuck on right now, I really don't have one in particular. I currently right now I'm just really focusing on the new album that we're trying to do pre-production for. But like I said, lyrical content has always been my main thing. And, like, I have to give nothing but mad credit and props to Jedi Mind Tricks because Vinny Pass and Just a Law have been the most influential artists in my life. Period. And they got this kid to get off of his ass and start making research for himself. And I believe what I want to believe. I'm not told, or I'm not I like to say, I'm not a puppet. I'm not going to believe what somebody tells me. If I believe it's fair, then I'm going to believe it. But if not, then peace out. Simple as that. But nothing really bugs me as much anymore. But it is what it is. You can only do so much. But I'm just hoping with the lyrics in the songs, people can just open their eyes and decide to do their own research. That's all I hope to do in my music. And that's pretty much it.
That's awesome. And I can totally agree. I remember back when I was like 14, 15 years old, having my first experiences smoking weed and listening to Jedi Mind Tricks and Immortal Technique, and that first Jedi Mind Tricks album, the psychosocial manipulation of the human consciousness. I literally studied that album because it's so bizarre. Like they're talking about I've never heard anything like that before or since, and it literally took me, I would say, over a year before I could probably go through each song and say I know what this guy's talking about. And same with Immortal Technique, especially Revolutionary Volume 2. I learned so much by just getting enthralled in that album, and to this day, I still bump both of those albums. So, in closing, man, first of all, I just want to thank you for coming on the show. I want to thank you, we're going to get some, custom intros from courtesy of Aristeia, to bring us in and everything. But, in closing, where is the best place for people to, either contact you or learn about the band and check out some music?
Honestly, you can check us out on Facebook. We have the band page there. We have a couple of links too. We always post. We're always on it daily, so we're always active. So, if you post on our wall, we're always reading it. It's not like we're major rock stars and we just don't bother replying. It's not that. We just take our time. But if you really want to know more about the band or about us, you guys can always add us on our personal pages and ask us, message us, or post on our wall. At the same time, you can also check out YouTube. I believe our music used to be on Spotify and iTunes, and that's down. But until further notice, we're in the works of trying to get those back online. But the best way is just YouTube, Facebook, or hit us up on our personal pages. We don't mind. We don't mind the friend requests at all. That's what we signed up for. So if you want to come and talk to us personally, or just shoot us a message, or we could even give you our email, whatever it may be. If you guys are interested in talking to us or want to learn more about us, just hit us up Facebook or personal pages. Music-wise, YouTube for now. YouTube is probably your best bet. But
all right.
Like I said, it's if you see the album out there, go ahead and have fun. Let us know how you like it. The full edited album should be out pretty soon, I hope. But until then, yeah, thanks a lot for having me on the show and considering
No
me.
problem, and I'm
Really
sure we will
appreciate
be in touch. All right, there he goes, Jordan Ibarra of Aristeia. I definitely can't wait to support that band. I mean, they musically even they're just very crushing, powerful, groovy band, and really easy to bob your head to. And the fact that it's filled with a bunch of truthers is or at least one truther heading the vocalist is right up my alley, and that makes me want to support it all that much more.